This is going to be my entry into the 2024 motorcycle group build. All right, I have worked my way through all of the instructions all the way up to, all the way to the end, building sub-assemblies as I went along. But I have cut everything out and kind of grouped it, built sub-assemblies as far as I could before they were going to meet up with something that needed to be painted. And so speaking of painting, I think I told you I was going to build this as a tribute to my bike, so I put some pictures of it up on the wall, as I often do with my references, and also went out and found an awesome YouTube video on the Yamaha 650 and its history from 1970 to 1983, culminating in 1983, and sure enough, that's my bike. So I was wrong in my opening video. It was actually a 1983 Yamaha Heritage Special, which makes more sense and kind of triggers my memory, because I bought it. This was 1989, but it makes sense as about 6 years old when I got it. So I am going to try to make this look as much like that as possible, kind of do a Yamaha Heritage Special Virago, if you will. And so to do that, if you see on here, kind of what they did is let me go back and show you. So this one is from back in 1979, I believe. And you can see the tail is different there. And the fenders are chrome. The wheels are a little bit different. And so when it got to my year, kind of the culmination of this, they called it the Heritage Special. And then kind of blacked a lot of stuff out, the dials, the fenders, and that front fork there. And so a lot of the stuff is blacked out. So I think what I'm going to do is, kind of do that paint scheme here, and go with the black on, the battery cover, the tank, those fenders very similar down here. But keep all these gold accents, which I think are very cool. And it's kind of, so kind of the best of both worlds to kind of come up with a combination of the two for a Heritage Special Virago. So what I've done is group these. So here's the tank and, the fenders. So I've grouped stuff by how it should get painted. And then this will be the aluminum. And then here's all the chrome pieces. And watching a couple of other guys build this, they used a Sharpie. So I actually went out and bought a new set of, multiple colors of Sharpie. And this yellow Sharpie with the fine tip did all that, and it comes out looking great. I have to say, I'm really happy with that technique. So, love learning new stuff. I've used Sharpie before for like around the landing gear bay doors and stuff, but I love learning a new use for them. So, and then this is all the semi-gloss black or flat black. So now I'm going to go through and paint each of these to get to the final sub-assemblies. So in my attempt to make a Heritage Special Virago, as I was researching and, going out and getting different images of my bike, I came across this. I'm like, that is so cool. And I'll circle back to that in a minute. But I then use this image to kind of inform an attempt at some decals. So I wrote out Heritage Special and then tried a bunch of different fonts and landed on these two. Actually, I should just delete this right now. And then printed these out and tried to size them. And I'll show you on on my phone camera. I printed those two out and then cut them out, and brought the pieces up here. Can you see the Virago there? Yeah, there it is. So if I hold this at the right angle, you see the Virago there, and then you see that Heritage Special. So I'm going to try to size that to fit on there and look nice on each, and then try to actually make decals and have them nestle down and look good and everything. So, I'll give it kind of one shot, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, I'll just go with the paint scheme. So I showed you this image and told you I'd come back to it in a minute. This image is from eBay, and I went out there and I couldn't pass it up. It's just too cool. So this is a package from Independent Cycle Iron Horse Salvage in Spokane Valley, Washington. And so there it is. I'll unwrap this in a second. I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand. Shoot. I will unwrap it and come back in a second. Go. That's the battery cover for a 1983 Heritage Special. I think they have it on here. Yeah, 1983 XS650 side cover right. Saw this on eBay, and it was 25 bucks, and I just couldn't pass it up. It was just too cool. And so this is going to go on the wall somewhere, but along these same lines, so I think I posted a video a couple of years back that I was going to build my first car, a 1973 Monte Carlo, and they don't make one, so I bought some kits that I'm going to try to scratch build one, but they did make the 71, which was my brother's first car, the 71 Thunderbird, which was my brother's first car. So I made that. Well, as I was looking for pictures of my car, which I finally found just one, and here it is, I also found, my mom kept a lot of stuff. This was the actual keychain that I had back in, gosh, that was 1983-4, for my 73 Monte Carlo. And then my wife had a 1962 Plymouth Valiant, and apparently she had a real asshole for a boyfriend, and he trashed her car, and so she picked this up off the street and stuck it in her purse and has had it ever since. So I have that down here. Unfortunately, they don't make any kit of 62 Valiant. They do make a die cast. I may get that for her. But anyway, so yeah, so this is another kind of memento, and I guess I'm sappy that way, but I'll find a spot on the wall somewhere, maybe over wherever I put the motorcycle, and put this up on the wall. So, maybe you think that's cool, or maybe you think I'm a dork. I don't know. And I got another mail call of sorts. So I think I mentioned, yeah, I'm pretty much into the Vallejo paints now, and I bought these various sets, the flesh set, the metallic set, and then just a set of all the different colors, and then the specific camo set. And then I grabbed this stain and rusting because I'm planning on doing more armor. Well, that's a lot of paint, and I am running out of storage space. So I went out and got this, which is this Vallejo wall-mounted paint stand. I think it holds 40, if I can get the doggone reflection off there, I think it holds 43. So I'll get started with this and see where that gets me. And then I saw ones, so I'm thinking right here, I may take down a few of these photos or put them someplace else. And then I also saw ones that sit in a corner. So we'll see how many of those I can get into there once I get this all set up. But yeah, I got to do a little bit of rearranging over here with all the different paints I've been trying. I got to kind of reorganize. So So yeah, I'll put that together and, you know, kind of show the finished product, if not in this video, in a future one. So while I have the camera in my hand, I'm going to also take some time to talk about group builds in response to Charlie Mack's question about them or comments. I wholeheartedly agree with him about group builds. I've watched several videos out there, Mutt Modeler. I'm not going to name them all. I've seen several videos on this topic, and everybody is kind of the same thought. You know, here's my take on group builds. This is going to be a rambling video. So what I'm going to do is I'll take this video and post it unedited. It's my comments on group builds and the community and YouTube and modeling, and it does kind of ramble, so I'm going to do a separate video on that. So in the meantime, as always, thanks for watching and happy modeling.